Thank you, Paul, for accepting this award on my behalf. And greetings to all you dedicated credit union leaders, spouses, and honored guests. On February 3rd, 2015, I received an email informing me as follows. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Credit Union Central of Manitoba and the Order of Merit Selection Committee, it is our great pleasure to inform you that you have been selected as a 2014 recipient of the Manitoba Credit Union Order of Merit Award. Your nomination was sent to us by Cambrian Credit Union. Thank you, everyone, for considering me worthy of this prestigious honor. I shall treasure it always. In your central annual meeting booklet is an overview of my credit union journey starting in 1957. In retrospect, I, like so many other credit union enthusiasts, embraced the credit union philosophy and made its practice my lifelong profession. It became a labor of love. Back in the 50s and the 60s, we were running hard against the negative gusts of wind, particularly from the established financial services industry. They did not like us. They wanted us gone. They did everything they could to discourage us. But we never gave up. We did whatever we had to do to succeed. I even had to personally finance my first CEO job at Astra Credit Union. I'm not kidding you. It wasn't anything illegal, immoral, or fattening. It was an innovative job creation approach. Here's how it went. I was making $250 a month as accountant for the Manitoba Credit Union League and really wasn't interested in a pay cut regardless of the new proposed CEO title. Cease Black of the League, together with Astra's board of directors, conceived a plan whereby I would borrow $60,000 in my name from Norwood Credit Union, deposit it in Astra, and they would loan it out. The interest from the loans would pay my salary, pay interest to Norwood, and so forth. All the Astra directors co-signed the note, and on the strength of the $60,000 share account, they borrowed a further $30,000 from Central, giving them $90,000 to loan out to Astra members. So far, so good. With $90,000 to lend in 2 checkbooks, the vice chair of the board and the treasurer of the board both wrote out checks for $90,000, thereby overdrawing their bank accounts at both Central and the Royal Bank. Talk about leveraging nothing into something. So here I am. I started my new CEO job on April Fool's Day, 1959, and by April 15th had all the books up to date. That's when I discovered the mess, a $90,000 overdraft. On April 17th, the provincial examiners came in, took a quick look, and suspended the operation. We were in big trouble. Here I was, 20 years old, $60,000 in debt, in charge of a troubled organization and scared to death. But were the Astra directors concerned? Some were, but not Warrant Officer First Class Moose Brennan, who was really the Sergeant Bilko of the Canadian Air Force. He said, "Relax, we'll fix it." And we did. The board under Brennan's leadership dedicated themselves 24/7 to bringing in new members and deposits. The base commander, a previous credit union board experience, fully committed all his resources to our success. 9 months later, Astra had about $200,000 in real deposits, had paid back most or perhaps all of the loans, and was off and running. What got me through all of this that particular time? It was the wonderful, supportive, enthusiastic credit union pioneers like myself, all dedicated to helping, learning, sharing, growing, encouraging, just being there for me and for each other. Many were volunteer managers, some were directors, and some paid professionals. Just to name a few, they were people like Jerry Farrell of Holy Cross Credit Union, Dave Harding of Cooperators, Cease Black and Jack Searcy of the League, Jimmy Ayers, Winnipeg City Police Credit Union, Fred Lane, Provincial Government Examiner, Earl Treble from Air Canada Credit Union, and Tom Wishart from Starbuck. Just as an aside, Tom's tractor seat was his credit union desk. He usually left a note on his kitchen door, "I'm on 1958." And any of you who have grown up in the rural area like I know that refers to Section Township Range. It was our original GPS, so if you needed to find Tom, and they would just go to wherever he indicated. Tom had his briefcase with him, loan apps, notes, checkbooks, and the transaction was completed on the field, probably over smoke and a cup of coffee. Other people like Ernie Henschel of the Co-op Credit Society, Harry Peters from Crosstown, Co Hybers of Assiniboine, all 6'8" of him, Barney Martin of the League, and Bill Topolnitsky of Carpathia Credit Union. I once asked John Skorchuk, CEO of Carpathia, what Bill's job was, and John simply said, it's public relations in the Ukrainian community. And I said, what does that mean? And he said, well, Bill kisses babies at baptisms, he dances at weddings, and he cries at funerals. How's that for credit union people employing human relations in action? Obviously, there are many, many more interesting and new characters who were there for me during that initial period and down the road as I moved to new credit union challenges. But something that was consistently demonstrated by each and every one of them was they were remarkable human beings, they were powerful and dynamic, they were unconditional in their support, and they were the true credit union builders of that time. My favorite poem is one called The Builder. You may have heard it before, but I'm going to recite it because I want to hear it again. It goes like this. I saw them tearing a building down, a group of men in my hometown. With a heave and a ho and a yes, yes yell, they swung a beam and a sidewall fell. So I asked the foreman, are these men skilled as the ones you would hire if you wanted to build? He laughed and he said, no, no, indeed. The commonest labor is all I need, for I can destroy in a day or two what it took a builder 10 years to do. So I ask each one of you here today, which one of these two roles are you willing to play? Are you one who is tearing down as you carelessly make your way around? Or are you one who is building with care so that the credit union system is much better just because you were here? The reason I like that poem is that it truly reflects who we were back then and who we need to be going forward. We were builders, and I challenge every one of you here today to continue building, developing, growing, and succeeding. After all these adventures, people, I really don't have a bucket list, and hopefully neither will you. For what it's worth, it's never too late or too early to be whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Stop whenever you want. Change. Stay the same. There are no rules to this. And I hope your credit unions will continue to innovate and build things that challenge and encourage you and benefit your membership. Ladies and gentlemen, the only way we progress is if we grow. And the only way we grow is if we change. The only way we change is if we learn. And the only way we learn is if we allow ourselves to experiment. And the very best way to experiment is to retain our philosophical credit union roots while traveling new routes. I am so honored to receive this Order of Merit and sincerely appreciate your confidence that during my credit union career, I have made a worthwhile contribution to a very worthwhile endeavor. That is, building the credit union system locally, nationally, and internationally. Thank you again, and best wishes for continued success and a safe journey home. Keep purpose constant. We need each and every one of you. Thank you.